Hello, coffee lovers. In between interviews on why we need to meet up over coffee, I'll share short episodes that delve into all things coffee. Think of them as a shot of espresso. Now here's your coffee culture short. I'm Holly Shannon. So I want to talk about Friends and the Central Perk Coffee Meetup. So 25 years after the show had aired, the reality of a Central Perk coffee shop is now just around the block, actually like 2023, and opening all over the United States. So there's going to be several Central Perk coffee shops that reinterpret the feel from the show, which is going to be really cool. And they're going to be serving branded coffee that's actually available now. Yes, I'll put that in the links. But I have to share with you the names of the coffees. They're $16.99 a bag, and you can, that's for like a bag of ground beans or to get the K-cups, I think like 12. But listen to the names of these. These are so perfect. So how you doing? We know that that's Joey's pickup line, right? And it's a medium roast with like a smooth acidity. And that I think we all have to get. I think they're doing some sort of special too. Like if you buy that, you get some sort of special can for your kitchen. I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Then another one's called Pivot Blend, which if you remember the episode of Ross moving the couch up the stairs and he kept yelling, pivot, pivot. So that's a medium dark roast. And then the third choice is we were on a coffee break. So if you remember Ross's ill-fated and incorrect excuse when they were on a break, he and Rachel, when they were dating. So it'll be really interesting to see how they expand the line. I don't know why there aren't any for Rachel or Monica or Phoebe, especially with Monica being the chef, right? So that they must come up with something soon. As for quality and taste, I am not a judge on that. I haven't ordered it yet, but Top Chef judge Tom Colicchio is part of this process. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. And apparently his favorite is the "how you doing," which is Joey's little seductive line that he used to use when he picked up women, right? So, one little thing I want to point out, and this is really the most important part, is if you buy this for your home, Gunther will not be there to serve you, unless maybe you're Rachel. So maybe you can try and make that work. Anyway, I bring this all up because this show was born on the idea that coffee is an excuse for connection. And we watched season after season of Friends, and they were always going there to meet with each other, to talk about something important, you know, dating woes that they were having, job changes, just to ask each other for help and to be there when they were down. Maybe they were having issues with their family. But if you noticed, it wasn't about the coffee. It was about being able to meet up with a friend for a little help or to offer help, right? It was sort of like that big orange couch was like the therapy couch, and the coffee was merely the vehicle to be with your friends and talk. And it's really why I brought this show to light. It's not just to talk about some of the fun stuff, like how maybe we can meet at Central Perk, but it was also to provide something to sit down and talk about what we actually use coffee for. The ritual of coffee sometimes is embedded in the availability of friendship to be able to meet with people whenever you want. It's like the ritual is always available, that you can call on anybody and say, hey, I really could use a sounding board about this new job, or, you know, you call your friend, you feel like crap and you want to talk about something and they know. And so instead of saying, hey, why don't we get together so you can dump your heart out on my lap? You say, hey, let's meet for coffee. And it says it all, right? So that's really what this show is all about. And I love that watching Friends for all those years was really a representation of that and gave us permission to go to coffee shops and do exactly what they were doing. And I think also what's so cool is that this show has been seen by every generation. Gen Z, Millennial, Gen X, Boomer. It's probably one of the few shows that everybody in the world has seen, and everybody has seen the context of meeting for coffee to talk to a friend. And I think that's probably like one of the coolest things about it. So anyway, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I hope that you will either throw something in Instagram, DM me there, or reply to my post there about this show and this podcast. I want to know who was your favorite character on Friends, and if you had a favorite episode. I also want to know if you're going to order the coffee and which one you would try first. Is it going to be Pivot Blend? Is it going to be How You Doing? Or We Were on a Coffee Break? So that's your job now. You could put them in the reviews on Apple Podcasts or DM me on Instagram. And if you'd like to support an indie podcaster, there is a link in the show notes for buying me a coffee. Please subscribe and share a cup of coffee culture with your friends. This season is produced by Pale Blue Studios.